Rich Eisen should be putting his glasses back on and reading the comments section.
The U.S. Open is in the books. The LIV Tour is back on the docket this week. They're in the state of Oregon. They're playing in the United States. And a United States Open champion a couple times over has said he's in.
You can see a little bit of the look of concern on Rich Eisen's face as he maybe starts to realize that his shameless shilling for the PGA Tour on Peacock, the channel in which he streams, isn't working. People aren't buying it, Rich.
Brooks Koepka last week, who didn't want to discuss any of this for fear of overshadowing the U.S. Open or not giving it its due, clearly was thinking about it. Clearly something was on the table.
It was an awkward.
Clearly something was afoot. Kind of a tough spot, but that's what all of these players are in, and I guess that's what you're taking the big bucks from the LIV Tour and the Saudi investment fund.
Rich, going right back to the old narrative of Saudi investment fund and these players are just doing it for the money. Time to go to the comments section. III hops in with the PGA Tour has 23 sponsors doing $40 billion worth of business in Saudi Arabia, and nobody will say a word about the PGA Tour. They also do business in China. These are simple facts, Rich Eisen. If you watch Rich Eisen's segment in full, you'll notice throughout it, there's all these awkward pauses, and Rich Eisen really seems to be reflecting on something. Tell us all the truth. Were you at Epstein Island? Is that why you have to keep saying all these narratives that even your comments section debunks?
And the PGA Tour now loses another big name player.
Rich is, I don't know if that's exasperated or horrified, but for some reason you feel like he has a stake in the PGA Tour success, and not just because it's also on Peacock.
And what it looks like to me is the PGA Tour is going to take all these hits, and I don't know how many of the events over the next few months on the PGA Tour Brooks Koepka was going to play anyway.
At this point, they discussed the fact that actually Brooks Koepka is supposed to play this week at the Travelers Championship on the PGA Tour and then play on the LIV Tour after that. So technically, he could potentially go to this Travelers Championship and still play, as per his prior commitment. How awkward would that be?
He hasn't made any announcement. This was just a report from the worldwide leader in sports.
Wild.
I am not going to sit here and say these guys are anything but out for themselves. That's it. I mean, an insane amount of money is being put on the table.
Sons of Johnny LeMaster. This video aged well. PGA Tour is going to have 8 tournaments next year with no cuts and $20 million purse for each tourney.
And I would proffer to say anybody who's out there would have to think real hard before saying no about it. Brooks's brother is on the tour as well, the LIV Tour as well. You know, but it's not real tournament golf with what they're playing. It's 54 holes. It's a shotgun start. There is no cut. It's an exhibition tour.
Art of D. Ridiculous, a true artist, states that there's nothing to say that LIV won't change the format once they've signed up enough players. This got 9 likes, and it's true. Right now, we're trying to get into the mind of Greg Norman, but we can't. We also do note that the PGA Tour actually seems to be shifting towards adopting a lot of the LIV format in the fact that they're going to have 8 tournaments for more of their elite players with 20 million purses. Things are flying fast and furious right now.
And I guess that will be something that the LIV Tour will bristle about being an exhibition tour, but that's what it is because there's no history to it.
In terms of history, John L. reminds us that the PGA started in 1929, and in 1968, the PGA Tour was a breakaway started by Arnie and Jack to improve money for the players. Why is this any different? Besides, the PGA just announced they're doing the same type events next year with 50-man fields, no cut. As I said before, actually the influence is going the other way. The LIV Tour is influencing how the PGA Tour is going to operate.
And even if they do it for 5 years, in the history of the LIV Tour, there hasn't been a single player that's missed a cut. There's no pressure. There's no pressure except, not playing well.
These guys are playing for a $4 million top prize each week on the LIV Tour. That's a lot of pressure.
You're not going to see anybody snap a club in half and throw it.
Because that's what you need to see, Rich Eisen, because you're an alpha male.
Because if they did, there's more money where that came from in order to replace it on the spot. There's no intensity to it. There will never be any intensity to it. It'll just be a fun tour for these guys to go around and cash insane checks that none of the fans of golf can actually relate to.
I think Cole Thornton had the best response to this point that Rich Eisen's making. Checks that fans of golf can't relate to. Why would Rich have expectation for golfers' checks, but not literally any other professional sport? 27 likes. That's a power move, Cole.
And I know the purses are going up, and on the PGA Tour as well. The U.S. Open's responded. They had a $3 million prize for first place this time around. They jacked it up.
Yeah, up $1 million from last year's.
But all this is going to do is just serve to take fewer players away from the PGA Tour and put them on a tour that'll be difficult to find with no real stakes to it.
I'm going to jump here myself, not go to the comment section, and handle this point. The LIV Tour was on YouTube. It's a peaceful place where you're not inundated with these commercials from Peacock like Girls 5 Eva nonstop. No one wants to watch your homemade shows, Peacock. Stop trying to force them on us. We just want to watch the U.S. Open.
And the person who will lose out is the fan of professional golf who wants to see the best players play against the best players with stakes on the line.
Apparently, for filler, Rich Eisen just repeats his same talking points in a different order, using the word intensity, pressure, etc., etc. I cut that out for you. You're welcome.
Because you are playing intensely pressurized golf.
I wasn't kidding when I said that.
When you hear any of these players say they're just trying to grow the game of golf, all they're doing is basically destroying it.
King Dave 90 begs to differ with you, Rich. This will grow golf. It already has made changes to the game, with the PGA saying it will contemplate less commercials in their tournament broadcast. Every sport is about money. I don't understand why everyone acts like these athletes don't deserve to make the same kind of money any other athlete does. NBA, NFL, NHL, all sports players are there for money. Little money bag. What a merciful act it would be if the PGA Tour would not force me to sit through those commercials on Peacock over and over again. I really do feel like the ratio of golf to commercial time is 1 to 10. It should be the opposite of that. I don't care what you have to do. I cannot sit through your commercials.
Or watering it down and living out the dream of a very seemingly bitter, angry guy in Greg Norman who wanted to take a piece out of the tour and finally found a partner in the Saudis who were going to bankroll it.
I'm sorry I left that in there, but it's really just Rich Eisen repeating points he's made in all his little shows recently. He'll probably invite Alan Shipnuck on, the expert know-it-all about everything related to golfers and the LIV Golf Tour and geopolitical knowledge as well. The guy's amazing. I'm being sarcastic. Throw me a like. I just wanted to show you those seriously long, awkward pauses. They were very odd.
Avatars for what? The 15-year-olds on TikTok who are interested in the LIV tour? Like, what are we doing?
So, exactly. Folks, there was nothing of substance in this whole segment. I saved you some time. Maybe subscribe, share, comment. If anyone knows that guy from JCS Psychology channel, where he has people in their police interrogation interviews and he shows the video and he analyzes it, let's analyze this segment with all these weird long pauses that Rich Eisen does.